Did y'all hear me? I'm sorry.
Good
Yes,
evening,
we heard
everyone.
you.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, Special K.
Hello.
What's up, social media diva?
She down there doing something.
Probably getting up, probably combing her hair more.
My dog says hi.
Mm. All right, Kay, for the bonnet. You got on green too.
Oh yeah, sure do.
You're supposed to wear green tonight.
Uh-oh, what happened? What?
Program participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of upscale love for you. The program participants' opinions are based on the information that they consider from their own knowledge. No expressions or accuracies related to upscale love for you.
Hello, everyone. This is yours truly, Dr. Fabulous, the founder and CEO of Upscale Love for You. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join us on Tantalizing Talk Thursday, where the conversations are always hot and excited. So stay tuned and get ready because we are going to have an absolute fabulous good time. That's what y'all. Smooches. Mwah.
Yeah, it's your boy Jay just checking in. Hey, we're gonna be live Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. You're in for an awesome time. As I say, God is amazing. So are you. Follow my smoke, follow my praise. Keep laughing, keep loving, keep living. Let's go.
Hey, it's your girl, Pressure K. Welcome to Upscale Love for You. A big thank you to each and every one of you for joining in for tonight's show. And guarantee to have a great time and a hot topic and then a lot of talk.
Welcome, everyone, to the episode of Upscale Love. I'm your boy, Action J. We will discuss all the good decisions, hot topics. I guarantee tonight is going to be very, very hot and exciting. So when you sit back, grab your popcorn, and enjoy the show.
This is yours truly, Lady T, coming live from the 305. Come join us on Thursday night for Tantalizing Talk at 8:30. It will be hot, hot, hot.
Greetings. This is Dr. Feelgood, the man with the favorite voice, the lady's choice, and of course, with the full yeah. Coming to you live from the 571, where we get things done and we're having fun. Welcome to the show. You're going to have a good time. We'll keep it right. We'll keep it tight. What I like to say is, let's make love by the garden gate. So love is blind, but nature's safe.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ooh, I can tell it is truly getting to be the holiday time because everyone is out and about and you get a little tired by the day go by. But honey, come tomorrow. I'm on vacation until January 2nd. And you say Dr. Fabulous is going to enjoy it to the fullest. But I want to say welcome, welcome everyone. Before we get started, our roll call, we have um, Lady T. She's not feeling the best. She may not join us tonight, so keep her in prayer. Keep her uncle in prayer. And not doctor, distinguished brother is out of town. So keep him in traveling grace and mercies. But the ones that's here, baby, we gonna bring it like we never brought it before. We got that old, how you say, Special K, the lady of the day. We got Lil Bo P. We got DFG, and we got Social Media Diva. And we are here to bring it. And I'm seeing not a lot of new faces, or should I say, new names. And this is your first time joining us. If you don't want to show your face in the place, please, 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 please put up a beautiful picture of yourself so I can see who I'm talking to, because I love to see the people that I'm communicating with. But until then, we're going to go ahead. This is what you call an open forum, and you can talk about whatever is on your mind. You can just say it. Hopefully, we can expound on what you want to talk about, give you some answers to some problems. But if we can't answer it, guess what? We can Google it. So, therefore, tonight, just express yourself, bring it to us plain, and we ready to get started. So let me tell you the combo that I'm gonna open up with this this evening, because it is nighttime. So, what I'm bringing to the forefront is, you go to the grocery store and they always say, well, most of the time they say you can meet a man at the grocery store, the gas station, a funeral, and a wedding. And I never ever thought that it was true, because especially I'm the type person when I'm grocery shopping, I'm grocery shopping. I'm trying to get the deals on, I'm trying to get my coupons right. I'm not looking for love in the grocery store. So I'm just pushing my cart. I'm moving it right along, And at first I say, well, is this like an undercover cop that keep following me? I was like, because I ain't trying to steal nothing out no grocery store. I ain't even gonna eat none of your grapes. I ain't gonna do none of that. So I pushed on. So I said, I'm gonna switch up on this person. I said, I'm gonna go from produce, I'm gonna go all the way over to frozen. I turned around, they were right there. And so I just stopped and stood. And he was like, is this something I can help you with? And I was like, you work for Kroger's? Are you an undercover Kroger employee? He was like, no, I was really trying to get your attention. I said, well, words count. I said, because you know what? I really thought that either you was trying to rob me, get my purse, or you was an undercover store person. And like I said, it's nothing in Kroger's that I want that I can't pay for. So I'm asking tonight, do you think that the place where you want to pick up a person, do you think it will be the grocery store? Because how many women, and I want you to write in the chat, how many women is really dressed looking for somebody when you go into the grocery store? Because I know Dr. Fabulous is not. If anything that'll burn me up, I hate the wait in line. I really hate grocery shopping, period. But because I got to eat, I go ahead on and do it. So, with that being said, can somebody just jump on this horn and tell me about if you ever discovered a romance in the grocery store? And especially now it's the holiday and you're trying to find your greens and your turkey and your ham for Christmas. How many of you found romance in the grocery store? Is there anyone? How about you, Miss Tucker? Oh, okay, I see a hand up. Okay, go ahead. Lord, you can tell I'm having a long, distressful night. I can't I can't even think of the child name, and she come on all the time. Andrine, there we go. I'm so sorry. Andrine, you got your hand up.
Yes, this is her daughter. And when you were talking about the grocery store story, it just reminded me. I remember when I was young, and this man was following my mom around in the Costco. And he was a worker, he was an employee. And I was like, but mom, like, you don't see this man following you? And he was like picking up everything for her. And then he was like, I just wanted to get to know you. And I was like, she's married. Like, sir, watch yourself. It was so strange because that is not how you pick up a lady, especially someone like my mother in the grocery store.
Well, honey, that was the way Dr. Fabulous was feeling, because I was like, my feet hurt. I'm tired. I ain't even trying to be fooled up with you. Now, if he wanted to follow me on to the cash register and pay for these
Yes.
groceries I had, that would have been a different story. You see, but he trying to get a telephone number, and it's the end of the day. I was like,
And
no,
she
I'm
got
not.
2 kids, not one, but 2 kids.
At the
He
time,
had
in this room,
Okay, I see what you're saying, but he didn't have no kids with him. But I was just really frustrated because instead of him saying something from the beginning, he want to keep walking around following me. But what really would have got me if he had hit my buggy and cracked my eggs, that would have been all she wrote. Because I definitely didn't want to walk way back around to dairy again to get more eggs. So I'm just saying, people, if you're trying to pick up somebody in the grocery store, let it be known from the very beginning so it won't be no issues, because I'm telling you, that can be a little aggravating to have somebody following around in the store behind you. And I'm like, okay, now I know how Walmart do it. They have those security people. I say, well, Kroger's, I didn't know they did it, but he was trying to get a number, so I'm gonna let him ride on. So we only had one experience with that. How about you, Conica? Come on, Conica. How you doing tonight? You looking all refreshed and juvenated.
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, girl, I'm breathing. I'm breathing. I'm inhaling and exhaling. That's what I'm doing. So, you ever had any grocery store romance?
No, I mean, I've had people, no, okay, take it back. I did. I had a guy approach me one time around Thanksgiving, followed me like on 3 aisles, and come to find out he was in one of those, I don't want to say it was a poly, but he was living with a girl and he didn't care about her, about him having other girls. It was one of those situations. So no.
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Any
it was.
fellas? Little
Mm-mm.
Bo Pete, have you ever tried to pick up a girl at the grocery store?
And have I don't picked up a few at the grocery store. Put them in
Oh,
my cart. Put them in my cart and push them around while I finish grocery shopping. Coming on through. So,
oh,
Wait
okay.
a minute.
look, let me tell you something. You gotta always be in expectation. I don't care where you go. My grandma used to say you should always look the part when you go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I saw the young lady, I passed her a couple of times. She smiled and she smiled at me. So she let me know that she was ready. So when I passed,
Oh,
so when I
so
blocked
that's
her,
what it is.
when I blocked her again, when we blocked each other again, hey, let me introduce myself. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't keep it to myself. It's like at church, it's so good, I can't keep it to myself. I had to say something to her, doctor.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
Seems like
see, I wasn't smiling. I had this old nonchalant face, like, is this Joker thing? You know what's so funny, y'all? See, being from Miami, it's a different kind of situation, because in the country, people in the country will speak to you. They nice, they kind, but in Miami, people don't speak. They just one track mind, getting where they got to go, doing what they got to do. And my only thing in my mind was like, if he try to snatch my purse, I'm gonna kick his. Ooh, I'm gonna give him everything I got, because that was the mindset I had. That was that 305 in me saying, "Wait a minute now, don't try nothing, won't be nothing." But I didn't even realize it because I didn't smile. I didn't have not one smile on my face. I was real nonchalant.
He just
But
admiring what he saw. He
well,
admiring that
listen,
cornbread dressing.
maybe that's what it was, but I didn't know that's what it was, and I had started to become very agitated by his presence because he didn't let me know. But all the way to the left, he seemed to be a very nice person and everything, and he gave me his number, and I said, I'll get back to you when I get that chance, when I get a moment. So, that's just another local specimen. So, ladies, maybe it does work in the grocery store. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn it all over to you. And that's none other than Special K. Bring it on home, Special K.
Right. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Glad you're here. Thank you for tuning in and being with us tonight. You could have been doing anything else, but you chose to join Upscale Love for You. For that, we are very appreciative and thankful for. I just want to say, Dr. Fad, for what you were saying, I don't know if I'm a little different, but I prefer that type of meeting, to be honest, because I don't go to the grocery store just looking any kind of way, but I'm also not dressed to the T and a full face of makeup and things to that nature. So I feel more like if someone takes an interest in me, they're literally taking an interest in my authentic self, me, what you're going to see without all the So now when I get dressed to the T and
You're gonna
everything
be
else,
excited now.
exactly. Now you're gonna be
But
like,
you
well,
know
who
what?
is this?
Like you say,
So
you got to just they accepting you for who you
who
are
you are,
at
and
face
so that
value
and
because
that
you're
means
right.
something. Yeah, they're authentically like, wow, you into me. I'm not dolled up. I don't got no lashes on, no this, no that, or the other. So that means a lot. And then in the age of like online dating, which is still okay, that's a good. People meet their soulmates there, but it's just something about that. I mean, when you're person to person, you're at the grocery store, you get that eye contact and things like that. And so I'm for it. I'm all for it. But okay, so tonight for our open forum, I had something a little on the fun side. So well, let's see. Okay, so this is my question. Are men and women like really concerned with the reason that, say, the current person that you're dating or seeing or interested in, like the reason for their breakup with their ex? How does that really mean something to you as to wanting to know what was the reason or why they are single and no longer with the ex? So if you had 1 hour to sit and talk with your current dating prospect, with their ex, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife, would you take that 1 hour opportunity, and what would you ask? Let's go. Who's going to start first?
Oh, now that's some good junk right there. So you
Oh, yeah.
saying you get a chance to talk to the ex of the person you dating now?
Yep, you get 1 hour, meaning that 1 hour you can ask whatever you want. No, it's no judgment. Nobody's gonna be mad. You get 1 hour. Somebody says, hey, they're in the room here. I give you 1 hour. You go in and ask and have a conversation, whatever you want. First of all, would you even take it? Because some people may feel like, no, I don't, that's no concern of mine. So that's number one. Would you take the opportunity? Number two, if you do take the opportunity, what are you gonna ask? What do you want to know?
Well, Dr. Fabulous kind of knows. So I'm going to dig in the trenches because I really, sometimes, well, some men will open up. I'm raising my hand. I had to show the people that I do follow
Follow
protocol.
the
So,
rules.
so
Okay.
I'm raising my hand, and I was talking at the same time. But some men will open up. Some men feel like their past is their past. Even women, our past is our past because everybody have one. However, some things you may not feel comfortable with asking the ex because it's the ex. And I got mixed feelings about
Hmm.
that because sometimes if they've had a breakup where it was bad and it was ugly, she might give you some untruths. But
Correct.
if they're still cordial and they're able to have a conversation, it's no bad blood. I think it would be a time where I would take that opportunity to just talk to her, as they say, woman to woman. You get it? Remember that
Right.
song, Woman to
Woman to one.
Woman? Have you ever? Y'all remember that? Oh, some of y'all might be
Oh
too young.
yeah.
Y'all might be too young for that. But that's a little Betty Wright in the spirit. That she was from the 305. Y'all know I had to bring her up. But anyway, I think I would take that hour to ask some real deep questions about his things that turn him off. That would be some of the questions. Then what turns him on and what makes him angry, what makes him tick. Because you're going to ask in a roundabout way about some sexual adventures. Y'all know what I'm talking about, especially if you've never gauged down that road before in the intimacy lane with that individual. Because and then it's just like a leftover. Somebody can heat up leftovers and make them taste real good, and then some people can scorch rice and burn it, and it's just a horrible situation. So you can kind of throw that one up in the air. It's a 50-50 chance that the person would tell you the truth, or 50-50 chance that they would even want to have that conversation with you. So I'm done with that. Now
All
we
right,
got to
well,
have a man to tell
yeah.
us
So
what.
who want to go next? Who do we have? Lil Bo Peep, you want to take it?
I'm on my laptop tonight. I was looking to try to raise my hand, but I put it in the chat. I don't know how to on this laptop. I'm normally on my phone. So, like Dr. Fab said, I want to show them, the order of things. I ain't wanted to blur it out. But however, to you, Dr. Fab, with what you just said, uh-uh. Ain't no way I want to sit down with somebody else's old squeeze, because what turned him off for her, it might be the total opposite. People are different with everybody that they date. What
But
I'm
you
able to
kind of
bring out of
you
one
can
woman,
gauge it. You can ask key questions and not really ask key questions.
I don't even care, because he might have had what one man can bring out a woman, one man may not be able to. What one woman to do for a man, she may never have would do for a man of her past. So with me, I got better thing to do with my hour. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather watch Lawman Bass Reeves in my hour than to sit up and talk to somebody ex and say, man, what she did to you? Because guess what? Maybe you did something to her. If she mistreated you, maybe you did something to her first. You know what I'm saying? It may be it's a whole lot of things, and then you never know what people hold on to. If
That's
he's
what I
holding
said.
on, if he's holding on to like he still like her, he might be like, man, she a liar. She did, she that. She ain't gonna tell you the truth on what's going on with her. That's like if you sat down with my ex-wife. If you sat down with my ex-wife, y'all have a whole different interpretation about me, because she gonna fill your ears with a lot of hate because she don't want no.
That's what I
Yeah,
said.
So
but
what
I
about
said
there's something in the past that the ex may know that you don't know? Because it could be something in the past and maybe that person don't want to bring it into a new relationship, but it could be something, was he I'm gonna just say for me, I'm gonna say he because I'm a female, but what if it was a he, used to have a could have been an ex-drug user. Let's just say that. A drug problem. Could be clean now, right? You meet him, the wonderful man, but do you think is that a key part that you may want to know, and it could be something that he may not divulge, to you because it was
no,
his past. So that's what I'm just saying. Like it could be things that could, really be something you need to know.
I
Or
don't care. I'll see. I think I'll see it. I'll see it eventually. Like if it was,
okay,
if a woman, if she had a problem with drugs, eventually it'll come out. You know what I'm saying? In
okay,
conversation. My dad used to tell me, if you sit back, people will tell you who they are. You sit back and watch,
that's very
they'll
true.
show you who they are. So even if 5 years ago, if you were my woman 5 years ago, and I used to curse a whole lot 5 years ago, but who I am today, I don't curse like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk like that. I don't respond as quickly as I do. I'm quicker to listen now than to respond. So what you may tell somebody from then, you telling them something that is irrelevant to me today, because that's not who I am anymore.
okay, so
Good
let me ask you
perspective.
this. Okay, but listen. Let me ask you this question, Lil Bo Peep. We're gonna
Talk
put
to
it
me.
out there. So if you was dating a woman or whatever, and you don't want to speak to the ex, and the ex told you, now this could be some real stuff now. The ex told you the reason why, say, man, she's a good woman. However, this is the however.
Mm-hmm.
However, I came home early from work one day, and she was laying in the bed, and I caught her in the bed with another woman. She never told me she was bisexual. She was having these ultimate experiences with women while I was at work.
Hmm.
How would that make you feel? Because you could never imagine her as that individual. However, but that key little part that he told you, and like you said, you didn't even want to have that conversation, but he gave you that information because she's not going to indulge or tell you about her underlying sexual preferences.
Okay.
So how would you handle that?
I tell the man, you ain't get the phone number from the other lady.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm just cutting up. But like, it still wouldn't matter to me.
Oh, you can't even tell me a light bulb wouldn't go off in your head and say, dang.
Hold
I
up.
wish-
I mean, like, no, because look, now if he said, well, hey, I came home and she was with another man, right? I caught her with a man in my house. Then that might be that's a little different. That's a little
Oh, so it's okay. Now, see, this is why I always say that men are truly, truly those individuals, because you can accept her having a love affair with another woman, but had it been a man, it would have been different to you.
It's
yeah,
very different.
yes.
Oh, now see,
If you
now
know me
see,
and
now
her, we have
see.
to have that
Ladies
conversation.
I
on the
chimed
board,
in.
y'all listen to this now. Y'all hearing this, right?
But that ain't nothing new. That he said that would have been most of these men responses probably been like, oh, I would have wanted to join in. That's how it is. But let me ask you this, Dr. Fab, would you have with it if it was turned around and you came in and caught the male you're dealing with another man versus another woman, would it
No, no,
affect you
no.
any differently?
If the woman that I was talking to had told me, well, I loved him, I cared for him. However, I came home early and I went in the room and he was laid up with another man, it would have been a done daughter for me because I know how I am. I'm never going to, just like they say, people can change. People that was once lesbians is no longer lesbians. Men that was once gay are no longer gay. That's fine. I praise God for you. Hallelujah. Lift your hands and tell him thank you. But in my subconscious mind, it's going to always be there. Is he thinking about me or is he thinking about David? And so that would be a no-go for me. So if any man that I ever dealt with had sexual experiences with another man, baby, they better take that to the grave because I don't care. It's gonna sit right back there. Like, you know how the devil sit on one side of your shoulder and the little angel sit on the other side? It's gonna always be in my subconscious mind. And that would be something that I just couldn't really get in the gist of. Cameron, you got your hand up.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's a lot different. Like if a woman, like for example, if I was in that situation where I was the guy and I was working and I come to find out that my wife is having some, some stuff going on with another woman, it's not as men, most men, we would not care. Like if men are
Even if she was your wife and not your
no,
girlfriend.
because but the reason why I say that is because we don't find like they're not a threat. At the end of the day, another woman at it, I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, like we like us men, we have the penis. So you know what I'm saying? Like another woman, we like most men understand, like even if the woman wants to play with another woman, what is she using most of the time? They're going to use dildos or things like that. That's still a penis. And most women, there's a lot of women out there that are, I would consider, really, really, they're real masculine lesbians. I'll just put it that way. But even them, they still, at the end of the day, on the down low, kind of do still want some of that male energy, if you know what I'm saying. So it's something that a lot of people they think but it's different because men don't see other a real man doesn't see another woman as a threat. He'll see a man as a threat because for the most part, like men, when we look at another woman, like we have a strong contention with another man because he's entering that woman. Most women aren't really enter. I mean, if they enter another woman and then that's kind of it's with a toy. It's not with a real a real penis. You know what I mean? So like we don't see that as competition. A man that's if he got his stuff together and he confident, he already know like another woman like that's nothing. Like I could probably do both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if she's having sex with another guy, that's competition at that point because at this point like when women usually sleep with other women or when women sleep with other men, they're usually want to replace the guy that she's already talking to. Men, when a man has sex, if a man has sex with another woman, he's not really looking to replace his main female. But when a woman goes off and she's having sex with another guy, uh, she's possibly that's a potential partner. So men find that we find that competition, so we don't like that, and that's just how men are, to be honest. Or I would say most.
Okay, well, I got my hand up. Didn't nobody acknowledge me, but I'm gonna jump on in because I need to give you some 411, Mr. Page. Now, see, I don't think whomever, a girl or your wife or woman has never come in contact with a real down home lesbian. Because, baby, you say it's no competition, them real lesbians will take your woman from you. Now,
I
don't
doubt it.
feel. I listen. I don't even know you personally, but I got a cousin. Oh, I got a cousin that'll give you a run for your money, for your honey, and all of that. Cause she's a bad, bad, bad girl boy. You hear what I tell you? And I'm
Yeah,
just telling you certain things. Don't never take it for granted. And it's a difference when you say your wife or your husband, because in no circumstances should you ever want to share your significant other. That's first and foremost. We talking biblical, we talking principle, we talking Bible. I'm gonna come to you like that. First of all, and my husband, but
well, there
now
were plenty people. There were
he would
plenty of
have
some of the
never.
most powerful people had plenty of wives, but
Okay,
I
yes,
mean,
because we talking back in the Bible where you had, I understand, but I'm talking in 2023 going into 24. I wish my husband woulda, coulda, shoulda, and he's 6 feet under, can't say a word, but I would have had him dusting up daisies before he went 6 feet under,
But
because
I
there's
think
nowhere in the world my husband would have ever accepted the fact that I was sharing my body with a woman or a man. That's just not something I feel in a true confound relationship that you really gonna do. Now I'm gonna throw it on back over there to you, Special K, and you have your way with the rest of your crew.
So I just feel in that instance with men, I think a lot of men look at it more from a sexual standpoint, in all honesty. That's why it's okay for them and they're more accepting of it. Because in that mind frame, it's more or less like, oh, this is a think of couples who have threesomes. So in their mindset, it's almost the same scenario. So they're looking at like, oh, I caught her in bed with another woman. This is a potential of three of us, eventually maybe getting down, having something together. And I think that's why the threat isn't there as much and it's more accepting for them.
So are you saying it's accepting with the girlfriend boyfriend relationship? Or are you saying it's accepting overall with husband and wife
I think
with the whole nine?
I just think just in general, yeah, just in general. I mean, it's different strokes for different folks, but
That's
what I'm
true.
saying is for the men who are stating that they don't have a problem with it or their reaction wouldn't be as if it was a man, I think a lot of that stems from a sexual nature. It's another woman. Most men don't want to do a threesome with another man and their woman because they're not going to do that. But let it be, they'll bring another woman into the bedroom with their partner. So it's like that's what I'm saying. In their mind, it's the same concept, and that's why they're a little more probably accepting, of that type of situation, as opposed if he walked in and he caught her with a man. all hell probably would have broke loose in that room.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah, because I
And
mean,
I'm
like I
not
said,
saying that is right there. That, and I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that. That's not the route I would take. But I'm just saying, I think from the men, that's why they're saying that it doesn't bother them as much, as they're not looking at it as sharing their woman. Not all men, some men, yes, but some look at it as just a sexual, you know, I might get a chance
So
to get up on
so
in
I
there.
guess the goose will go with the gander. So it's so conformed and so right. So then bring it on. Let them have two men and one woman. Go on and do the
nah, we
doggone
can't.
thing.
See, they don't want
Can't do,
they don't want
you
that.
can't do two. You can't do two men and one. That's
Uh-huh.
haram.
Mm.
Haram.
They
Oh,
don't want that. But listen, getting back
No,
to the
that's crazy.
to the question, is there anyone else who would like, anybody else's thoughts on if they had that 1 hour and can ask their potential dating partner, their ex, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, anything about that person, would they take that opportunity? And if so, what would they ask?
I would
Um,
ask. Can I say
Go
something?
ahead, Action Jay.
Yeah, I would ask what's the reason of their breakup and what are some of the red flags to look out for. And
Okay. Okay. See, this was
That's
just the
true.
gauge. It's see how it is. Everybody has a different perspective, right? And it's just some people want and some people don't. And it was just fun
yeah,
to want to see why people may want to, why people may not. What
I
Conica,
would.
what
Yeah,
I'm
I want to
sorry,
ask
go
them.
ahead. You're not
Yeah,
finished.
I want to ask them about their bedroom business, like their sexual experience, because I don't want to know that. But most of like personalities, like the person ways or what to look out for, or how if they had a second chance, what they would have done to change the situation, or was it the woman's fault, or whose fault why their breakup was.
Okay. So if it was something, if you heard an answer that you maybe didn't want to hear, would how much would that impact if you went further with the person, depending on what you heard?
Depends what I hear. I'm like, oh, it was time for me to cut a relation off. If it's the attitude or she has a history of cheating, she's not the one for me. You know what I'm saying? Or it depends on the reason for the breakup. If it's the guy's fault, I can give the woman more credit. But if it's her fault, relation end, I'm gonna look at her sideways. I'm gonna
Okay.
judge her differently. You know what I mean?
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
Interesting.
you can't. Sometimes you
mm.
can't take some of that stuff serious because sometimes they'll say stuff. But I would say that
Yeah, but bear in mind if you're doing an honest interview, like the person being truthful, most men are gonna have that kind of conversation. But if it was in a situation, the person be forthcoming, being truthful about the situation, you know, you would take that advice.
yeah, or like a what's the pros and cons,
Yeah,
and
what's the
then
pros and cons?
you can yeah pros and cons because I mean they can always say stuff and be like 9 times out of 10 most women are usually not getting broke up. It's usually the women breaking up with the guy for some reason. So usually, I mean, if he messed up, statistically speaking, it's usually gonna be his fault for some odd reason. But I would say, a pros and cons. Be like, okay, what was the pro of dating her? What was the cons? And then you can kind of like go off that and make a sound decision.
Okay,
Okay.
well,
Well,
you
thank
got
you
three
guys for your
hands up.
input. Yeah, we have Social Media Diva, I think, was next.
Okay,
Can you guys hear me?
Mm,
you back
you
on
on
mute.
mute.
Okay, yeah. I did have a situation that was similar like that. When I did date my ex, his ex-wife did reach out to me on Facebook. She did want to talk to me, but I didn't want to talk to her because she was telling me that she wanted to be friends, and I was like, we can't be friends if I'm dating him, so it's not gonna work. So no, I thought about it. I took that opportunity, then I was like, nah, she's trying to be my friend, and that's not gonna work, honestly. So no, I wouldn't want to do that. Have an hour with her. I think I would just call the red flags, honestly.
Okay. Thank you. Conica, go ahead. I see your hand is up.
I agree. I don't think I would. It's like I would want to, but then I would not, only because everyone's situation is different. And I know Action Jay said something about judgment, but if you were to talk to your ex and they telling you your ex's past and they tell you stuff, I feel like that's putting judgment on that person, and I don't want to judge that person because we're in a whole new experience. So let me kind of do it on my own. Because the red flags are gonna come out. You know what you do in the dark, come in the light. So all that stuff is gonna come out, and I don't want to put judgment on something that could have happened. You could have had a bad relationship. Something could have happened in the past that triggered, and both you guys want to work. I don't want to put judgment on you, so I'd rather not.
Okay, thank you. And we got Little Bo Peep.
Hey, look, social media diva don't spoke tonight. Girl, I'm so proud of you. So look, I agree with social media diva and Conica because people can plant things in your spirit. If you have a conversation with somebody, from your perspective, it may be innocent. Like, hey, what was the deal with this person? But their perspective may be seated in jealousy, envy, or hatred. So I don't want anybody to taint my thoughts of somebody else, because when people tell you things, it's kind of hard to get it out of your head. If I was dating and her ex told me, hey man, I walked in the house and she had two dudes, she was in the bed with two dudes, that'll be something hard for me to get out of my head, to try not to judge. So I would end up walking away because I just couldn't release that. You know what I'm saying? Certain
but
things,
if it was two women,
get out my business, doctor. Get out my business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying, like certain things, or just say if the ex told me something, if it wasn't anything about cheating, just say like, man, she's so selfish. She's selfish. All she cares about is herself. Okay, so now when I deal with this person, I'm going to be looking for this selfish nature, opposed to she may never display it. She may never display it with me. But that's why I say people are different with everybody they deal with. You may be the meanest woman to Johnny, but then Tyrone come along and introduce you to a love and a place that you've never been in before, and Tyrone never sees that other side of you. So for me, I don't want to talk to him. I'd rather watch TV.
Okay. All right. Action, Jay, you got your hand up.
So this question with Little Bo P, right? Let's say your ex-wife, if her ex had gave you some background on her, and you save yourself some trouble, would you continue to pursue marriage, or would you have not married your ex-wife if you got some background? Or he had told you about a red flag that you end up seeing throughout the marriage.
You know, craziest thing is my ex-wife's ex-husband was really cool. And we never spoke about, they had kids together, so that we never spoke about her flaws or really why they got divorced, or anything like that. But my daddy told me don't do it, and my mama told me don't do it, and then the red flags were there. But my hard head, doctor, I gotta give you $1. My hard head ass did it anyway. So I should have saw the red flags, even though the ex didn't tell me. The red flags were there, and I jumped out there and did it anyway. But that was the 22-year-old me. The 40-year-old me.
Okay.
See the
So you
red
thought
flag, and I'm
you
gone.
could change her.
Yeah.
So you believe you could have changed her?
No, I don't ever want to change a person, right? I mean, you might have to make some adjustments, because I don't think I'm just gonna like change. Like, when I think of change for me, my change gonna come from the change that me trying to follow Christ. That's the change. It's not gonna be like, hey, look, you need to do this, you need to do that, or you don't. That ain't the way. If I feel like it's something wrong, you bring it to me, and I feel like it's something wrong, and it don't line up with the direction that I'm trying to walk in, then I'll make that change. But I don't want to change nobody. If you ain't already that person for me, I ain't trying to change with action. What up, action?
All right. Well, thank you, everyone who participated in that. Dr. Fab, I'm going to put it over back to you.
All right. Well, coming up and bringing all of his smoke is none other than the little infamous Lil Bo P. Come on, Lil Bo P.
Hey, what it do, upscale. Hey, listen here, thank y'all all for joining. Like Special K said, you could have been anywhere else, but we thank you for taking the time to be here with us. So, I'm gonna jump right into it. I'll be searching because I want to talk about something good. So I'm on Instagram the other night, and I'm gonna read something. Deion Sanders is 56 years old with a missing toe and still wouldn't marry Tracy Edmonds after she gave him 14 years of her life. 9-year engagement. This is the epitome of what a placeholder looks like. Stood beside him when his health was failing, stood beside him during the Jackson State drama, and stood beside him during this rough first coaching season at Colorado. And he still didn't marry her. Or did she waste her own time? So my question is, I got one for the fellas from that perspective and one for the ladies. So fellas, how long should you have to date a woman before before you feel she's worthy of being your wife? Ladies, how long are you willing to wait for a man to decide to wife you up? Let's talk about it. You got your hand up, social media diva?
Be ready.
Let's go. Let's get right into it. Let's go.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like it should take you long. 6 months to a year, you should already know. I'm 30. I'm not waiting. I ain't playing. A year is good. After a year, we go into 2, 3 years, you ain't marry me. You just think I'm your friend, and that's not what we're doing.
So you saying in order to get to 2, 3 years, you got to hang around. So are you saying after that 6 month to 12 month period, if he ain't put a ring on it, if he ain't Beyonce'd you up, then you gone, or would you consider would you still continue the relationship?
2 years by max. That's it.
2 years. 2 years your max.
You ain't getting no
Okay.
more.
Okay, 2 years. Okay. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Come on in, Cameron Page. Talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if a man does find a woman, for the most part, the man's gonna know off rip if she's gonna be worth it. I say between the 6 month to a year mark. The only thing is, and I don't think a lot of people talk about this, is that people change when you actually live with them. So I think, to be honest, like if you're living with somebody, because you can see a lot of bad habits, once, a lot of habits that they may have that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You see the brunt of it when you actually live with them. Because there's a lot of people, they'll date somebody and they'll be all this great, and then they had a honeymoon, and then when they get together and they start living together, it's a whole different ball game. So
I agree.
yeah, so I would say once it's serious and y'all start living together, I say I say probably about 2 years
Okay,
after
so
living together.
how long do you think before it gets serious? Like that time that you're not gonna meet a woman today, then tomorrow you're living with her. So how long do you think it should be before you get serious? Because as you brought another dynamic into it, when you say, hey, when you live together, it's kind of different. You really get to know a person, and I really believe that you see things when you wake up with a person, go to bed with a person, when you're spending that quality time with them. How long before you get serious to where you think you should be under the same roof, and then leading up to popping that question if you see that in them?
I would say max 2 years into dating. So I say 2 years, max 2 years into dating, a minimum of at least 1 year living together, minimum. So that's
Okay,
about 3 years.
Okay, so 3 years for you. Okay, all right. We appreciate that input. I think Andreen hand was up, and then I'm coming to
I
you.
wasn't. My
It
hand was up
your hand.
before hers, but I'll let her go.
Well, go
Because
ahead,
I'm
doctor.
getting ready to ride the rope. I'm
Listen,
gonna
listen.
ride the rodeo
You
on
ready?
this baby.
You ready?
I'm ready. But I'm gonna let Andreen go. Go ahead, Andreen.
Come on,
I'm after
Andrew.
Andreen.
Come on, Andrew.
All right. So I saw that story as well. And I seem to think there's just a communication breakdown because there's no way if I've communicated that my goal is to get married to you, that I'm going to be sticking around for 14 years of an engagement. So I think you have to determine what you want. And then I don't know if there's a steadfast limit, but I know 14 years is too long. And I feel like if I really want to be married or that's my goal, I'm going to say max should be, I'm going to say 3 years. Because if we know each other for a year and then we might take 2 years, but I feel like there was a communication breakdown. Because at the end of the day, they were not on the same page. Because if she was looking to get married and she just took too long to finally say, I've had enough. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if that's what you want, you need to go ahead and wisely use your time instead of sitting around with someone that clearly wasn't willing to make that commitment. He was committed to football and its other endeavors, not to marry you, because he could have done that. So I just feel like communication is key as with everything else. And that was just when I see that story, I feel bad for her because it's like, really? It's almost like
Absolutely.
Cardi being Offset. Like, what are you doing?
But
Like,
I don't feel
Mhm.
bad for her because 14 years, you say communication problem. Damn, ain't that much communicating in the world. Ain't what we got to talk about for 14 years. Like, it ain't
Okay.
that much talking in the
no, I feel
world.
like that was what she wanted, but somehow he was not understanding. And I feel like she should have left a long time ago.
Absolutely.
You don't wait
I
around all that
disagree.
time.
But
Hold
yeah,
up,
she
hold up,
already
hold up,
had
hold up, hold
kids,
on,
right?
Cameron. Hold on, Cameron.
Andreen is talking, and I'm
Hold up.
let y'all hold y'all
Yep,
comments
hold
till you
hold your
come
horses,
around.
hold your horses.
Hold your
I
horses.
get back, I get back to you. Come on, finish, Andreen.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that was it. So I'll wait for Dr. Fabulous.
Okay, come on, doc. Come on, bring it to me, doctor.
Ooh,
Bring it
I'm
to
gonna
me.
give it to you now. Let me jump on this bandwagon about this woman. Now I'm gonna tell y'all. Now she wasn't just sticking around trying to get married. Now she was reaping some benefits with who she was with. So now I'm gonna tell you how a real sister worked it. She was reaping benefits. She got lackadaisical because she really didn't want to get married. Because had she wanted to get married, oh, it would have been known in that first year and a half to 2 years. But she got caught up in the benefits of what she was getting from him, from who he was, and all that good stuff. Even though she had a little spotlight on her, but she got more with him as a couple than she did by herself. Now, if she was a smart soul sister, she was gauging them finances as well while she was with him. See, I'm talking like a pro. I'm gonna tell y'all because I'm the pro. I can write a book. So she was gauging them finances, and I do believe that when she was there, oh, she was getting some change. She was getting some cheddar, and when she built up her stack high enough, then she put the ultimatum out there to him. And at that point, he was so comfortable with getting the milk for free and doing what he wanted to do. He said, oh no, baby. We done rode this ride too long. So you want to go ahead and go, and that's what happened in that. Now, let me come on back to these brothers and these sisters. See, it might be a different thing in the young age, but Dr. Fabulous is 59 and I'm waiting for 60 for next year. But see, you say you got to live with a person. Now, I ain't never lived with a man, never. Because I always said you weren't going to get this here, all of this goodness for free. You ain't getting all of this goodness for free. I'm not going to work the work of the wrath of a wife and not be a wife. I met my husband one year. The next year he proposed, and the following year we got married. So it was 3 years of good courtship. Because when I married my husband, I knew the ins and the outs of him, and we ain't never stayed together more than 7 days because we vacationed together and we did certain things. So I'm one of them ones that believe you don't have to live with a person to get to know them inside and out, to know that that's the person that you want to be with the rest of your life. Now, if some women choose to do that, that's your prerogative. But from Dr. Fabulous, husbands,
You ain't with it. You ain't with
I
it.
ain't with the program. Because
Okay, so you
when
ain't with
I
the
met my
program. Okay.
husband, I told him it won't be no me shacking and a bender going up in here. So if you don't want a wife, baby, keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. Because I ain't gonna be that wife. I ain't gonna be that woman that's gonna come home, cook, clean, give it up, do all of that. And my name is not Dr. Mrs. Somebody. You see what
Okay,
I'm saying?
with Dion and Miss, Tracy. Tracy come from high profile, like high profile, right?
Exactly.
So
But
she
you know
was
what?
married to
She had been,
Babyface.
no. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah,
She hadn't been in the coins before, but
right.
she saw a different
A
cha-ching
different.
on this side.
It's a
So she
different
did what
level.
she wanted to do.
It's a
She was
different
there
level.
reaping her benefits until she got tired, until her background talkers, her background friends say, girl, now don't even tell people no more that y'all engaged to get married. Because that's just a bunch of fraggle bull crap.
Right. It's business at that point. I feel like it was at that
Exactly.
point, 14 years is more business than it is love. Once you, like you
Exactly.
say, getting into
It
the
was almost
corner,
like contract.
yeah, it's contractual. He's elevating in what he's doing. His popularity is gaining, again.
He needed an arm piece. Can you
Yeah,
say
and
it?
he
An
needed somebody.
arm
Now
piece.
she supported him through everything that he was going through, but she also
Mm-hmm.
reaped the benefits of it. So
Bing bang boom.
so for on the
Y'all know
on
I
the
speak the
list
truth.
on a less high profile um relationship, I feel like you got to know a person for 4 seasons because people are different when they go through things. A lot of people don't know how to go through things and maintain that cool mindset, maintain that cool demeanor. They may experience death. I know when I was dating some years back, I had 6 people in my family to die in 1 year, in a 12-month time frame. From when I started dating that person, it broke me down. I was not the same man that I was after those 6 people passed away because it took a lot from me because all of those people meant something to me. So I feel like you got to date a person at least 4 seasons to see them
Mm-hmm.
experience ups, downs, the highs,
And
and the
that
lows, and
exactly
the
to see if
lows.
they really got your back.
Yeah,
But
yep. To
we
see
got
if you
4 hands up.
got
I ain't
4
gonna
hands.
talk your ear. We got 4 hands. It was Action Jackson, Conica,
Connor,
and
okay,
then
Papa
I can't
Doc,
remember who came. If it
Papa
was
Doc, because
Spades or
he hasn't
Papa Dog.
spoken.
Okay.
Action, talk to me, Action.
Yeah. So I follow Dion lifestyle. I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of Dion, right? So he went
Right.
through a bad divorce with his first wife, Pilar, right? So he know
Mm-hmm.
what it feels like losing millions, and he know her history of Tracy Edmond with Babyface. So if she took millions from Babyface, and if the relationship doesn't work out between them two, he's gonna give up millions as well. So why put himself in that position, right? And she was
Right.
also happy for the lifestyle, being the spotlight, that
You don't
so
want
she knew
you.
what she got herself into. Yeah, but I think when her friends started telling her, hey, you with Dion for so long, why he didn't put a ring? It's time for you to leave. So she let her friends get in her ears, her single.
Hey,
She's back on the market single. And another man, if she her like, hey, if Dion dated for 12 years, he didn't marry you, why am I gonna rush into a marriage with you? And also her
But then,
past with Babyface
oh,
as
y'all
well.
want to say something?
so she don't stamp herself. Basically, what you saying, Action, is she has now officially stamped herself as the woman that I can play with, that I don't have to
Correct.
marry. Because being with
Yeah.
somebody that long, that, like you say, the next man that gonna come along, he's definitely not gonna take you serious. Like you say, Dion lost in his marriage, Babyface lost in his marriage. So when men look at her, they're looking at her as basically,
A checkbook.
that's it.
Oh, but
That's
let me
it.
say this. I just got to say this because
Come
it's
on,
burning in
doctor.
my
Come on,
spirit.
doctor.
You know what? They looking at it like she got so many miles. He done rolled them miles. You know how you get an old new car and it's fresh and new. Child, that's an old used package now. You don't even want to put no extended warranty on it
That's a
no more.
limit. That's a limit now,
That's an
doc. That ain't
old,
even a
that's an
use. That's
old
a
package
limit.
right there. Mm-hmm. See, y'all think Dr. Fabulous crazy, but I'm so true to the cause. Y'all know I'm telling the truth, ladies. Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
That is not a limit.
Conica, going on.
Come
Don't
on,
laugh,
Conica.
because y'all know Dr. Fab is serious about this thing.
Come on,
You ain't gonna
Conica.
put. See, that's what I'm talking about. You can't put all the miles on Dr. Fabulous and think you gonna ride off into the night. The devil is a liar. If you even get a chance to get a good 100 miles on this here tanker link, shake like, you got something, honey. You got something. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come on, Conica.
Okay.
I know.
Come on in. Come on in. Dr. Fab crazy. She a mess. That's a mess right there.
So my question is this. Okay, so I get it. I agree with you, Dr. Fab. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she was benefiting from that. However, putting it back from the regular side, celebrity side, I can look at my personal experience. My mom and dad didn't get married till I was 15. And I was 15, swear to God, I was 15, was in high school, walking down the aisle, my mom and dad. And I remember asking my mom what took her so long. Like, Mom, why did you and Daddy wait till we were in high school to get married? And her comment was, well, we were cool. She was like, me and your dad met. We were good. You know, we had a job. We had bought a house. We were working. She said there was no need for us to get married. We were already together. She said, my dad came home and was like, hey, let's get married. Like, he came home from work one day, was like, hey, I bought you a ring. Let's get married. And then 6 months later, they had a wedding. So I guess it also depends on the couple. And, you know, they've been together now 40 something years, but still, like, I was 15 when they were walking down the aisle with my parents.
Well,
so I guess it just kind of depends on, but now that ain't me.
Are you willing to wait 15 years?
Oh, the devil is a lie. I'm not waiting 15
on and use
years.
my words. Use my words. I'm gonna let you have
the devil. Ain't no truth in that. I'm not waiting 15 years. No, absolutely not. I feel a man knows after a year if he want to be with her or not. Now I'll give you
12
2,
months.
3 years.
12
I'll
months.
give you a couple years. I will give you, actually, I will go longer than 12 months. I will give you about 2 or 3 years.
So
but I think
years,
a man knows when,
yeah, a man knows. Yeah, we know. We really know what category off the first conversation. We really know what off the first conversation. What zone you going to?
From the
get go, the friend zone or the end zone? One of the two. But hey, we appreciate that feed. We appreciate that feedback. And the devil is a lie. Let's go, Papa Doc. Talk to me.
Yeah, y'all know I am definitely the devil's advocate for this. Let me say this,
I'm
ladies.
waiting for him because I'm gonna chop him up.
I know you. Listen. Go ahead. Put some chapstick on your lips because I know you're gonna wear me out after I finish saying this.
Talk to me, Papa Doc.
Let me say this, ladies. Look, so and as you get older, and as an established man, listen. Those millions, after being married to a woman, and those millions, it don't even have to be millions because even in my divorce, I lost a lot. And it wasn't about money, but it was it had a whole lot to do with non-monetary things. Those things hurt. And you think about that, now you're moving on to the next person. You don't want to put that on the next person saying, well, she probably going to be like the last woman I was with. But my point I'm trying to make is, ladies, let me tell y'all this. I know that's y'all goal. Y'all want to be married in the first couple of years. But even if a man knows, first of all, you got to realize, are you really, you think you marriage material, but you really have no idea whether you marriage material or not because you don't know what the man is looking for in his marriage. And if you don't have it, yeah, I'm going to ride with you. I know you don't have it. I'm going to ride with you and see if you're going to get it. I'm an ambitious person. I want to be with an ambitious person, you know? So if you look at me and say, oh, wow, yeah, he doing it. He got it going on. Yeah, I got it going on. But do you got it going on? Because if you got it going on, we got it going on. That's what makes things work. And then when it does come time, if it happens, we come to the divorce table. Hey, you go with your stuff. I go with mine. I'm good. That's the woman I want to marry. I don't want the one that's going to come up off of me for all that I put into it.
So basically, Papa Doc, what you saying is you want a woman, or you feel a woman should have just as much or equal
absolutely
to what you have. What
absolutely.
you bring the table, she bring the table.
Right.
So in the event that things do go bad, you keep your table, she keeps hers.
Right.
So how long do you think it should be before you all bring them tables together, though? That's the question.
Well, here's the thing. I'll give you time to build. Give me time to build. So you don't put no time on it. When the time is right, the time is right. But if you rush and saying, well, it should only take a year, it should only take a 2 year. No, I'm going to marry you, and you got all this debt. Your credit ain't straight. You're a wonderful person. You treat me lovely, but I'm not marrying into that.
So you're looking at a business more so.
Yeah, for me, it's a business decision.
Marriage is business. Yeah,
it's a business. And I don't want to hear about love, because I'm gonna tell you right now, like I always tell you, I could buy love for the night if I need it. Come tomorrow.
That's a bad man right there. Well,
okay. And I'm back out because I know she gonna chew me up.
We appreciate you, Papa Doc.
I thought you know the suitcase.
We got social media. I'm gonna come to you in a second, Cameron. Social media diva talking tonight, and I want to go ahead and jump in here. Come on, social media diva.
Cameron hand was before mine, but I can still go. So I have a coworker at my job. He has been with his fiance for 10 years. 10 years. They've been together since college. He calls her a fiance. He keeps saying they're going to get married. They have 3 kids. And I told him, I said, then why do you call her a fiance if y'all been together this long? He was like, because he said, one day we're going to get married. I was like, yeah, that should have happened 10 years ago. At this point, he said that he might marry her next year.
So 10 years they've been playing house, that she been getting the milk without the cow being bought for 10 years.
10 years. And they're a young Black couple. I'm just like, oh my God.
3 children. And
yep.
He can only call her his fiance because that's what she is. Though they've been together for 10 years, she's not his wife. She may be fulfilling the role of a wife, but she's not his wife. She's definitely still his fiance. I think it's crazy that a woman would subject herself to be with a man for 10 years without him making her his wife. To me, that says a lot about her.
That young Black couple. I need to meet him.
You know what I'm saying? Doctor, they need to see the doctor. They need to see the doctor.
And then they get so bad. When we went out for lunch, one of the ladies in the back, they were like, oh, how's your girlfriend? He gets mad. He's like, she's not my girlfriend. She's my fiance. And he's like, well, she's like, are you guys married? He was like, no. She said, well, then she's a girlfriend. I said, oh my God.
See, and then he get an attitude when he feels disrespected, but he ain't thinking about how she's felt for 10 years being introduced
and
as
got 3 children.
Right. 3. You don't knock it up, not 1, doctor, not 2, 3 times.
3 kids.
That ain't no guarantee.
He told us we have to say his fiance. He said he do not address her as a girlfriend. I was like, man, I'm gonna dress her by her name. Right. When she come in here.
You just a glorified. Cause listen, honestly, a fiance is just a glorified girlfriend. Until you get in front of the preacher or the judge, whoever marries you, you really just a glorified girlfriend. Now he's showing commitment, but how much commitment can I show before I actually be committed?
Jesus.
10 years is too long. I would never put a woman through that. And thank you so much for being a part of the show tonight, Social Media Diva. We really appreciate your participation, don't we, Doctor? Come on, Cam. You don't have your hand raised. Come on, talk to me, Cam. And then I'm gonna get you action.
And then come on back to Dr. Fabulous, because I got a rebuttal for Papa Doc.
Somebody's in trouble. Let's go, Cam. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I would say, I mean, to be honest, I know some of the women gonna disagree with me, but I'm gonna keep it 100.
Keep it 100, bro. Let's go.
The numbers don't lie. More than half of relationships and marriages usually end with 80% of it being initiated by women most of the time. And when women initiate divorce, most of them, not all, but most, usually try to destroy the man financially, especially if he's got money. So the fact that he ain't married her, I mean, I know it's gonna sound horrible, of course, but from a financial standpoint, he ain't wrong. Cause don't get me wrong, not all women are looking to try to, finesse a woman, but there are a lot of women that want to marry a guy and then they'll tolerate him and then divorce him.
That's
So
a big word right there now.
yeah, so the statistics already don't play in a man's favor. Just from the statistics alone, like me for example, I know that don't get me wrong, I want to date and get married and all that good stuff, but I know that the statistics that if I get in a relationship, there's a possibility it's going to end because she's going to leave me for some reason. I'm not sure why. It could be because she woke up. The top three reasons for people getting divorced.
Put it out
Number
there.
one is number one is financial. Number
Mm-hmm.
two is incompatibility. Incompatibility is just
you should have never been
woke up
married
this
in the
morning.
first place.
I don't love you no more. I just don't think it's working out. And number three is infidelity. So she could just wake up and don't get me like women's feelings, they change like the wind, So one day she
Boy,
loves you, and then
you don't say some good stuff,
later
brother.
on she might not.
You don't say
Later
some
on
good
she
stuff,
might.
Cameron Page. You don't say some good stuff, but I like that word tolerate. I like them stats that you don't throw out there, man. And I greatly appreciate your participation tonight, man. We really do. I got to kick it back to Action and Dr. Fab.
So my question for the ladies, right? Since you guys all want to get married, right? So if the guy proposed a prenup, would you still marry the guy if the prenup is in favor of his protect his assets?
Come on, Dr. Fab.
Was that to me? Was that for me?
Come on in,
well,
doctor.
it's for the
Come
woman
on in, doctor, because you've been waiting.
Okay, well,
because you
as
guys want
far
to get
as
married so bad, right?
Listen,
go ahead.
As far as a prenup, it really don't bother me because I'm coming with what I got, you coming with what you got. And if we get married, what's mine is gonna be mine anyway. What's yours can still be yours, but what we make together, baby, it's gonna be straight down the middle. So, and even when you're at my age and you have assets, you're gonna want to cover your assets too. So I don't have a problem with prenups. Now, women, when men, and I'm saying this, and I hope that Papa Docs can hear me. Sometimes men have a tendency to want to be Captain Saberhole. He know what I'm talking about. But anywho, you go and pick them up from out the muck and the mire, and then you talk about you want them to have a certain status or a certain financial asset, but you knew they didn't have it when you picked them up. So for all of that rah, and that ray about
hold on, wait.
and the third, hold on,
you gotta hold up.
One
She's talking, let her finish.
But to Action Jackson, it's always a high five for me when we go into that channel about that old prenup, because I always say, oh, a booger back and come and see what they get. Oh, they can just look at it and say, oh my. But trust and believe, they coming to the table with equal or more, and we can sign that prenup. Cause trust and believe, not only am I a smart sister, but I got to come on back around here to old Tracy. Y'all can say what you want. Tracy didn't leave her empty-handed, even though they weren't married.
No way.
Trust and believe. Out of that time she was there, she had credit card info. She know all the 411 about him. So if she was smart enough, as they laid in bed and reminisce, she already said, okay, I'm going to the bank tomorrow. I'm gonna get this little bit amount. See, she was working the system. Trust and believe that. Because ain't nowhere in the world you gonna lay up with a man for all those years and you don't have access to the account. Let me just say that.
She came up.
Exactly. Yeah. She came up. She might have didn't come up as Mrs. who she wanted to be, but her pockets wasn't empty when she left the arena. That's all I got.
Hey, let's go. Andreen, you got your hand up, Andreen. Let's talk.
I agree. The prenup situation, I tell my young daughters, like, I feel like you need to, even before you have anything, just the potential, you need to have your prenup ready. Because when you work hard and you never know, you might not luck up and get the one that tries to turn around and mess around and take what you have. So I definitely think the prenup situation is a good thing no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are. I need you to bank on your potential.
There you go.
For having my prenup because I'm coming to the table. So, and I want you to protect your interests as well.
That Andrine, I knew you was my girl. I knew you was my girl. Cause
So
we got
I feel
and listen, I got to jump back in there. My time wasn't up. I just put my hand down because it was looking too pretty up.
your time was
But,
up,
but listen, let me tell y'all the reason why I talk from experience, because my first husband in the state of Florida, y'all, if y'all don't know, you got to learn your law. Because I listen, I'm an educator by profession, but I wanted to be a lawyer. I really wanted to be that person that go back and forth with folk because I'm good at that. But anywho, in the state of Florida, you can come there with absolutely nothing. Don't have a penny to your name. And you can marry somebody and stay with them for a year. Say 1 year, 3 months, and 26 days. And baby, you are privy to half, can you say half of everything they have? And you didn't bring nothing to the table. So how about my first husband? He was one of them cute, jiggy low. He thought that's what he had come, he had saw what my mama and my daddy had, and he was like, oh, I done met a gold mine. Baby, y'all talking about Dr. Fabulous shook that tree and them leaves fell off real quick. Ho-ho! I got to the court. I got rid of that joker. Got rid of him. Got rid of him in a year and 2 months. Can you say a year and 2 months in a couple of days? Because had he stayed with me that year and 3 months in them 26 days, he would have been privy to half of what my parents was leaving me. I say the devil is a liar.
Can't go for that, doctor.
Listen, I tricked him all the way to the courthouse because he thought we was getting back together. He had that little, baby. We had our last date on a Valentine. Went to the restaurant. He gonna get there and act like he didn't have no money. Didn't bother me none because I was like, I was telling him, we gonna get counseling. We gonna get counseling. Child, me and my girlfriend got to the courthouse and the attorney said, the judge say, well, where is he? I say, see, he's a compulsive liar, judge. She said, so you want to go through with the divorce? I said, yes, but I had told him we was going to get counseling. Because we was going to stay together. Because I ain't want him to come to court, y'all. So he didn't come to court. The judge gave me my divorce. I signed that decree. And me and my girlfriend skipped out that courtroom. I'm free, master. I'm free. And nigga Joe didn't get 1 penny.
So wait a minute, doctor. Wait a minute. I got to go back.
Can write a book, y'all.
I got to go back to what you said. So y'all was at dinner and you say he act like he ain't had no money.
He act like he had forgot his wallet. But that was the night we was talking about getting back together, So I said to myself, oh, booger, 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 booger. You think you doing something. But I was like, no problem. I got this. I got this bill. Yes, I did. I took care of the bill and everything. Oh, but listen, this is the other part, y'all. I got to tell y'all this. This is all my personal business on camera. Anywho, he didn't like the work, but he had slipped down at his job and he was suing his job. And you really can't sue in South Florida if you working. You can only get a big check from workman's comp. So Dr. Fabulous, always smart, had that joint account with him. You got to have one with him. Listen, the check came to the house, y'all. I hadn't got the check, deposited the check in the bank account. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Had to sit there for 5 days. After that 5 days, I done transferred all that money that came in that check into my personal. The judge say, wait, he on the phone. Listen, y'all, he on the phone because his attorney done called and asked him, why you didn't come to the courthouse? Because me and my wife were getting back together. We're having counseling. The judge asked me, ma'am, are you all going to counsel? You don't want your divorce? I said, no, ma'am. I say, I want my divorce. I said, because, see, he's a compulsive liar. I never told him that we was getting counseling. Yes, I did. I tricked him.
You played him. So you played him.
He said, hey, judge, she done took my money. She done took my money and cashed my check. He trying to tell the judge all that. The judge, it was a lady judge, y'all. She say, what's yours is hers, and what's yours? He said, you get nothing. Ma'am, you want your last name back? I said, yes, please. had the check. See, you came out
The
slick.
check and you came out sweet. You had the
I
check
came out
and the
like
last name.
smelling like
Woo.
roses. So
We
y'all,
got.
Dr. Fabulous can write a book. I can write a book on
We
romance,
gonna get that book. We gonna get that book
relationship.
written, doctor.
That's
I
right.
got. Hey, look, I
Don't
got
play
some
with
hands up.
the doctor.
I got Papa Doc hand back up. Papa
Oh,
Doc, come
Papa
on
Doc,
in.
he trying to come. He trying to come on.
Papa Doc, where you at?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Yeah. So, Dr. Biggie, to follow out what you said,
Dr. Fabulous.
Well, okay, Dr. Fabulous. I'm sorry. So, like you said, you know, I got her out of the muck. Well, that's how they wound up hanging around for 14 years. Okay, so he got her out the muck, or
the muck.
you
She
know,
had
he
money.
whoa. That's how they hang around for 14 years because he was captain. You know, because she divorced Babyface. That was high profile. So the next dude had to be high profile. She wasn't gonna go to no dude that had less money than him or wasn't on that level. So Dion became Cap Saver, and he knew that. She fine as all outdoors. So 14 years, they don't all come from the mud, babe. They come from the top too. You know, so you get you a fine prestige woman, and if it's 5, 6, 10, 15 years and you hadn't married her, there's a reason.
Woo. Papa Doc. Papa Doc. So listen, you know, she, you know, I believe in karma. What goes around comes around. She left Babyface for Dion.
Oh,
she
that's
left.
Even worse.
She left Babyface for
Girl.
Dion. So Dion knew what he was getting because listen, anytime a person leaves somebody for somebody else, it ain't all what it's cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying? Everything that glitter ain't gold, everything that shine ain't silver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just like you just say, she fine as all get up. Yeah. But a woman or a man from I'm a man, so I'm talking about a woman.
Yeah.
From a man's perspective, a woman can be fine as all get up, but she have no substance. They can be without substance.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So she's on the come up. Like you say, she dated high profile Babyface. Not Dion. But in that, she got to watch her reputation because Dion, you know, she don't let Dion stretch her out. 14 years in a relationship.
All those miles.
You know what I'm saying?
But check it out, though.
Can't even insure it got so much mile on it.
Listen, now Dion is a God-fearing man. Okay. As fine as Tracy is, you don't think he could have got another one? You know what I'm saying? You don't think he could have been with anybody he wanted to just because of his name.
Right.
You know?
Just on his name alone.
Just on his name alone. Okay, well, she got 14 years of service. He knew he wasn't going to marry her, and I'm quite sure there's a reason why he didn't want to marry. And it wasn't all because of the divorce that he went through, which it does play a major role. That divorce thing, that seat ain't cool to be on. You go in there with your chest poked out, you come in there holding your backside like, damn.
Yeah,
did I win? Did I win or did I lose? Was it good or was it bad? And you know, I was just watching one of the stories. The guy wanted to kill his ex-wife after she divorced him. That I'm not saying that's what that's not natural, but him going through that divorce put him in that state of mind. They was locking him up. He told them people, you better put me in here forever. Because if I get one day out and she's still living, that's gonna be her last day. That's what he told the judge. That's what he told her. He told her, he said, you can give me all the time you want.
I think I've seen that. I think I've seen that.
Yeah,
and it puts you in the mind. It puts you in a certain state of mind when you know you work so hard for stuff, and then somebody else, like you said, came in without anything, or didn't come in with as much as you did.
Boy, y'all better ask Dr. Fabulous.
They get to take. They get to take it. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming back. I think Action had his hand back up.
Yeah,
But
my hands been okay.
one thing though, Dr. Fab, on what you went through, just think about what I just said, the way you played your first husband. Okay?
I
What if
didn't
he was
play
the
him
type?
because
No, no,
he
no.
thought
I'm
Hold
he
not
on,
was
saying,
Doc.
playing me.
Hold
no,
on,
no.
Doc.
I'm not saying, listen, the way it played out. Don't take it
Okay.
personal. All right? The way it played out, what if he had that mindset of, yeah, you got me, but I'm going to get you? Because that's what this people want to be married, hurry up, get married 3-5 years. That's no time. You want to hurry up and do that, but then it ain't working out. Then you want to hurry up and get divorced. That's gonna be a whole different person when you divorce this man.
Ooh,
So
let me
you
raise
gotta
my
be
hand
careful about
again
that.
so I can give
Oh,
my
All right, go
rebuttal.
ahead, man.
okay,
I'm out.
appreciate you, Papa. Let's go action. Come on, cause action. Come on, action.
Yeah, you said something interesting earlier, Dr. Fab, right? You said that when the check came, right, you transfer the money from your account, the joint account, into your personal account, right? That's why
Mm-hmm.
most men are afraid to get married, because they know in a situation. I've been married before, right? So I was married for 20 months. When we got divorced,
Not
I
20
got
months.
I thought he
It
was
ain't
gonna
say
say
20 months.
20
20
years.
months.
It was 20 months,
Say
right?
20
20
months.
months. I got married. My birthday was 26. Thought I'd do myself a favor by getting married on my birthday, right? 20 months marriage. And then we got to pay for a Lexus truck, pay alimony. It was the worst experience of my life. I got locked up for it because I was young and naive. I'm not gonna pay this alimony court order, and the judge locked me up for contempt of the court, right? So I know what it feels like being on that side, like you're a good guy, and then the woman play the victim in court, like, and a woman with emotions start crying, oh, I'm afraid of this guy, and they portray the man because you in court, you're shocked, like, what the hell? And the woman gonna be the victim, and then most time the 80% of the benefit goes towards the woman in a settlement in court. So most men are afraid of marriage. You prove my argument as well, because you transfer that money into your account. If the guy had done that, you look at the guy as a slime bag, he a jerk. He every name in the books of a child of God. He's, you know what I'm saying? If the man had done, if
So
the guy had took your money and put his account after 5 days and went divorced, you look at him as a jerk, like this guy, piece of shit, excuse my language, right? But you doing it, you come out to be the hero, like you winning, you up on him.
okay, but let me
That's
give you some background action. See, you don't know it all.
no.
This
I'm just giving an example of what
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
no, 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 no.
Go
Because
ahead.
I want to give you the full circle of what
Okay.
had truly happened. This Negro had wrote so many bad checks. See, I don't know if y'all know this. That's how come you got to learn your law. I was the head on the checking account. And so he had written so many bad checks, you know. So it wasn't like I was taking anything from him.
You
What
getting
I
back.
and I actually had to pay for those checks because even though he signed his John Henry on the check, because I was the lead on the checking account, I was held responsible for paying for the checks that he had written. So I didn't down him or slight him with anything. The judge, my attorney, I had an excellent attorney. My attorney had made that known privy to us going to court for the divorce of the different things that he had written checks for and that my name was being held, that I was legally the person that had to pay these things. So when that check came to the house, oh yes,
It
Dr.
was yours.
Fabulous
It was
put it
yours,
in
doctor.
that joint account. And I let it sit there for those 5 days to clear. And I would say, baby, it is my time now to get
Now,
back
Lord.
every penny that I have paid out for this Negro. This, I want to say something else.
Don't say it. Don't you say it, doctor.
But God blessed it. And that's like I'm gonna say, God will always show you and open your eyes. You say you was married for 20 months. I was married for a year, 2 months, and a couple of days. Because I knew that time gauge. And you say you want to jump into a marriage. I didn't jump right into the marriage with him, but people can put their self and make themselves look like this is what they really are. And oh my God, they can reel you in. But like they say, that true person, that true individual is going to come out. sooner or later. And that's what happened to Dr. Fab. He thought he had got him a good old closed-eyed crazy woman. But I listen, I
He
might
thought
have
he
didn't
had a
say
food, but
one.
he ended up getting food.
Oh, hey, because I was real quiet, as they say, that good old submissive wife. Oh, that's what I was. I was so nice. I was so submissive. I didn't say a word because he thought he had it like that. But all while he was doing what he was doing, baby, I was getting all my ducks in the row because
So
I was like, you won't serve and get none of this old good stuff from what my parents left me.
so he
You
was
better
playing
ask somebody.
checkers and you were
Uh-huh.
playing chess. You
That's
played
it.
chess. He played checkers.
That's right.
I
That's
feel,
right.
hey,
It was
So,
no tic tac toe. Tic
Action
tac toe.
Jackson, I didn't steal from
bro,
him.
we
I just took back what was mine.
we
You should have
got
put
I got we
information
got we
earlier.
got a social media diva. She active tonight, so I want to. I appreciate that question and that input action. Social media is active tonight for her third or fourth time, so I'm coming back to you. Social media,
Mike's on mute.
you muted. Unmute yourself, social media diva.
All these topics confuse me. But I was trying to go off of what Papa Doc said about that situation. It all depends because I think that same story I heard about a Jamaican couple. He was in the military and the lady was saving money on the side. He came home and he found out she had a private account, killed the woman in the bathroom in front of the daughter. So I just that's crazy. Some situations are lucky. So
Yeah,
it all depends.
yeah, it's hard to play in people's face. You never know how a person will respond to things because some people feel like, hey, I'm making this sacrifice, I'm giving so much of myself to this person, and then you feel deceived at the end, and every man doesn't take it the same way. Like I was hurt, I was broken. After my divorce, I lost quite a bit during my divorce, even though I was 22 years old. I was good,
Oh,
I was
wow.
doing my thing. So I was 25 when I got divorced. I got married at 22, lived together 12 months out of the 3.5 years that we were married, and I still
And
ended up
still didn't know nothing about it.
losing. So what I would say
Dang.
is good, like to just to my own question, to answer my own question. I feel like you just got to get to know a person, and when you get to know a person, you can ask yourself, do I genuinely or truly know this person? Because people are forever changing, forever evolving. And you can be with somebody for a period of time. And when a person embarks on a journey and the other person said, well, that's not a journey that I want to be a part of, then people do grow apart. So
Mhm.
for me, I think a reasonable amount of time to know a person before you ask a lady is 2 years. Within 2 years to be married, maybe within 2-3 years. If you share those goals and dreams and aspirations to be a family, I think 2 to 3 years is a fair amount of time. But I know it's 10:02. That's my time. I'm gonna kick it back to the doctor. Thank you all for your participation.
Well, you know what? I want to thank each and every one of you, but I would like to give a special thank you to Mr. Page. Mr. Page, you brought some insight to us this evening, to Social Media Diva, to everyone that participated. And even if you just came on and was a listener, we appreciate you because without you, guess what? We wouldn't even have a podcast. To Papa Doc, you good. You down like four flat tires. So, we appreciate each and every one of you. Next week, everyone, please tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a whomever, a family member to come on next week because we're going to be giving away great prizes. $50 gift card for the ugly sweater contest. Next week is our holiday celebration, and we're going to have Christmas carol. We're gonna do a whole bunch of fun stuff. Y'all know Dr. Fabulous used to sing before I started into this. So I'm gonna sing a couple of carols for y'all. We're gonna join in and have a good time. We're gonna have some holiday trivia. So we are giving away gifts that's gonna be worth your while. You might even get a colored TV. Let me stop lying. But anyway, y'all, we appreciate you all for coming and all that good stuff. And social media, would you like to close us out? out, social media diva, would you like to close us out and give us some insight?
Yes. To add to what you were saying, guys, just save the dates to March 28th and the 31st of 2024. We will be celebrating in Miami. So we're going to be at 305 all the way live, and more information is going to come. Thank guys for everybody coming out.
All right. So as she said now, get ready, get ready. I'm like, what's that preacher name? Dog. T.D. Jakes, get ready,
Get
ready,
ready,
because
get ready.
we gonna be all the way live in the 305 March 28th through the 31st, 2024. More information. We would love for everybody to come on through. Okay, Mr. Page. Okay, Conica, all of y'all, Papa Dogs and Dream. We want it all the way live in the 305. And guess what, y'all? We are going to say good night, but you know how I close out. We got to say smooches, mwah, 2 times. Mwah. Good night.